I'd like to think of myself as being someone who's quite balanced. I don't like to be negative towards wrestling games, I just like to say what I feel. But if this is the first ever video you're watching of me, you might think I've got a grudge to bear because what I'm about to show you today has to stop now. No, I'm not talking about Brock Lesnar's card, which you managed to get, and you got a packs on screen for you now, including that beautiful piece of equipment. Seriously, if you have not gone to the daily streaks yet and got your daily streaks for the week, you are missing out. That hat is insane. And since then, I've managed to get an F3 of this thing, and it is so overpowered. Now, a card like this does not come cheap. In fact, this card specifically cost me around about 30,000 credits, which is not cheap. In fact, 35,000 of them actually cost about £170 on the SuperCard store. But for that, I'm getting myself an absolute monster of a card, and things like Reward Mania are pretty good to keep the balance between pay to win and free to play. Now, you could argue that I'm being a little bit of a hypocrite with what I'm about to criticize next, as it is down the lines of pay to win. Just hear me out, this kind of thing needs to stop. And no, I'm not talking about the dreadful fast lane mode, I've already covered that in another video. No, my friends, I'm talking about these packs, the VIP special edition packs, only available on WWE SuperCard's web store. I don't know what you have to do to be selected to see these packs, but these have been the worst thing you can physically buy. Nothing has been more expensive as an individual item than this pack. And it started back in WrestleMania 39 tier, where arguably it probably was at its most beneficial based on what it's become now, which is a end of tier cash grab. But I'm gonna break down just why this is problematic. But I'll ask you, do you think that these types of packs should be removed from SuperCard's web store or in SuperCard in general? I appreciate the game needs money to run, but this is extreme. I'd say gluttonous, greed. If you agree with that and you want them gone, well, just hit a like on the video and maybe it's a message that can be sent to people. Not only that, it pushes this video onto other people to warn them away from these packs as much as possible, because seriously, this stuff just needs to go. But on the opposite of pay to play, we've got Reward Mania, which is free to play, and I'd like to know what you got so far in it. Put your best reward in the comments down below. I know some people it's going to be rough, some people are going to get absolutely crazy rewards, and whilst you're there, put the secret word that's going to be floating around this video at some point, and I'll give you a heart and maybe even a reply for being awesome. And with the brand new tier coming up, we're expecting card releases, card reveals, so make sure you drop an elbow on that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. But let's go back to the origins of this pack, back in WrestleMania 39 tier. And this pack was actually dropped on day one, and I covered this on my Colossal Haul video. Well, these knocked those Colossal Haul packs out of the park. Because whilst you got some of the best cards in the game, not just one, nor was it two of the same card, no, three of the same card, and two cards in particular. One was, I believe, John Cena, the other was Lita. You also got a bunch of older content and the old John Cena portrait pack. There was also two exclusive card backs of this, and only one person has these card backs that I know. You also got 40,000 credits alongside it, but those two card backs have never been re-released. So there was an exclusivity to it, like, hey, I spent this much money on a game, and I mean, I get it, but still, £500. Insanity. In fact, it's even more bonkers when you find out that if you are a Brit or you're from Europe, this is actually more expensive than if you buy it in American currency, which is $499. So they did that, and it got a lot of uproar. A lot of people weren't happy about it. So what did they do? It disappeared. We didn't see one at the beginning of Myth Tier, and everyone thought that we'd seen the last of these things, and no, it came back. But this time, with a vengeance. Wait up, past JB, come back. Future JB's here, and Future JB's got something very, very cool. If you're thinking to yourself, this is a very critical video, well, yes, it is. However, there is something to pep up the situation, which I can credit Supercard for, and that is this QR code, which along with the EO Sky, or should we say Ding Dong Hello Quest, recently they have been doing pretty well with these free-to-play elements, and this is no different, because if you go along to your QR code scanner, which is in your settings, and scan the QR code on the screen, you're going to get a very special pack. This expires on the day the new tier releases, so don't try and hold it back. I've checked with the guys at Cat Daddy, it does expire on the 27th. For a very good reason though, because this includes a lady of your tier, which I've just got Zoe Stark, which I think I needed for a Fortify. But yes, that, as far as I'm concerned, is a godsend and probably the best QR code of the season so far. So throughout the feedback and everything else, let me know in the comments what you got. Anyway, I'm going to take you back to past JB, so see you later. Bye. They didn't just release it again, they released it at the end of Myth tier with 3 of the Tyler Bate Special Edition cards, also the Tiffany Stratton and Shawn Michaels Intercontinental Championship, the one that had the animations on it. It's important to note at that point, those cards were hilariously outdated in terms of content. The NXT theme was from the month where the tier launched, and the Shawn Michaels card was one of the first Special Edition cards in that tier. But maybe they changed the price. Nope, $499 still. It's crazy. And as far as I'm aware from the reaction, next to no one bought it.
But wait, there's more.
We go across to SummerSlam, where literally yesterday the pack was uploaded again. $499. Oh, they're just not learning. And this time it includes actually some more up-to-date content. You get 3 Seth freaking Rollins from last month, so that's not so great, but he's a powerful card. And he's a good card at that in terms of designs and stuff. 3 of the Trish Stratuses and 3 Brock Lesnar's from the Icons. And again, the 40,000 credits, but nothing else. No exclusive reason to buy it. And let me just explain what $499 can get you, or £499. Well, it's the price of a new PlayStation 5, probably with a bundled game, or an Xbox Series X. Half the price of a phone, which you need to play the game on anyway. It would pay for the ring light I just bought from Elgato, and the camera, and the 2 lights to the side of it. It'd pay for 2 monitors for a PC. The content, especially at the very end of a tier, in only 5 days' time is going to be completely worthless in the grand scheme of things, because a brand new tier will drop and the new cards will be way better than anything you get in that pack. The only thing of worth, shall we say, would be that Trish Stratus card, but even a brand new player looking to jump into the game, this isn't going to benefit them for very long. Why is it such a problem? Why can't you just leave it alone, JB? Well, because this is a dangerous precedent. If you go ahead and just say nothing about this and ignore it, there's other people buying it. Eventually it becomes a norm, and eventually, with the costs rising across the world, I mean, you just had WWE release a bunch of people because they're cost saving, and they fired over 100 people from their offices just recently. Every company, every person is feeling the pinch. The last thing you need is packs doubling, tripling in price, and giving the guys at Cat Daddy the justification to make this pack a regular thing. It just needs to go. This level of greed and gluttony just needs to just not be a thing in this game. And I'm not going to tell people what to buy and what not to buy, but there is just, for the value that's in it, there is nothing worth going. You could argue if it was, you know, a bunch of unreleased content, you know, and it's a first time get. Yeah, it's still greedy, but at least there's something you're giving back. I mean, I'd argue the WrestleMania one at least had a reason to get it with those exclusive card backs. But still, no. And like I mentioned earlier, it's so underhanded, with people probably getting tricked into getting something they think is incredibly overpowered, and only days later, those cards are going to be downvalued significantly. But I welcome your comments in the comments section down below. I'd love to see what you guys think about this, because it's a personification of the word yikes. It's not a good look. It doesn't make the game look good. It doesn't make Cat Daddy and Supercard look good. Not that they probably care, but it comes down to people like me, content creators, streamers, to explain that these aren't worth it. Whereas if you was a random member of public, you'd probably be scared away from SuperCard by prices like this, and that's why, man, it's gotta go. But do you know what doesn't cost anything? Well, it's the Reward Mania rewards, and I'm gonna grab some. I have been doing a lot of picks, as you can see, and I'm preparing myself for that final pack, which will be in about 4 days time, I think. So just before the new tier. Let's go and claim this first one, which is a Seth freaking Rollins. It's a bronze. It's Rick Steiner. Oh yeah. Anyway, we've got the this is the figures, the action figures. Let's open again. Silver this time. That's better. John Cena. The Booker T pack, no Braun Breaker. We got another bronze pack, so nothing crazy. I'd like to know what you guys have got. Like I mentioned earlier, comments down below. What was in your Reward Mania packs? Can I get another Brock? Nope. Luke Gallows. Yikes. And I got last one, silver pack, Shelton Benjamin. That's bad timing. Anyway, I've been SuperZomgbBBQ. You have been awesome. I'm excited for the new tier, but just had to address this because it's just something I couldn't shut up about this. I needed to vent. And hopefully you all don't see this as an unnecessary rant, but I'll see you all hopefully in the next one. Peace out.